Darwin broke his phone today.
Lame.
Not today, yesterday.
Yesterday.
So if you were trying to reach out to Darwin like I was and he wasn't answering you, now you know why.
Yeah, it's really convenient. I reached out to Darwin and his mom picked up, which was fun. And
his mom?
I assume it was his mom. It was a Spanish voice, and it was like da 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 da
Was
da.
it your mom?
And then I heard.
Why was your mom picking up your phone, dude?
It wasn't my phone.
It was her phone. It was fucked up. So he sent me a message on his mom's phone, like, "Oh, I'm on my way." And then I text him back, like, "Oh, da 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 da. Like, are you sure you still want to do the pod or whatever?" And he's like, "No response, no response, no response." I call it, and then his mom is like, "Da da da da. I don't know where Darwin is." Like. Get off my phone type shit.
Should have said something like, "Hey Darwin, are you ready for tonight? Make sure you bring all the lube. I got my butt plug ready."
Totally. Yeah.
We're gonna fuck in the ass.
Whatever happened to butt plugs? I feel like butt plugs used to be really popular.
Because we're fucking gay.
I don't know.
They used to be really popular, and
they used to be. They lost their.
Like
butt plugs are still a thing.
People
what
still
are you
use
talking
butt
about?
plugs.
Really?
You feel like it lost its
I would
juice?
much rather have a butt plug than a dick in my ass.
I remember.
Fair enough.
I remember Snapchat. Like girls would just tease butt plugs in their butts, and then out of nowhere, like girls wouldn't do that anymore.
I think that's more just a Snapchat thing than a butt plug thing. Like, I don't know.
So you think Snapchat's not as cool, or
that's what I think. I mean, I don't know. I've never used Snapchat, but I just assume there's a dip in people using Snapchat as opposed to people using butt plugs.
So you think more people are using butt plugs?
I think butt plugs.
You know who I think use butt plugs the most?
Who?
Priests.
Priests use butt plugs the most? Where did you get this theory?
Think about it.
Did you pray on it?
They're wearing a dress.
Priests.
They're around children.
Mm-hmm.
They're gay.
Mm-mm.
Do gay people like butt plugs? Wait.
Sometimes.
What is?
I don't know. Sometimes they don't. Like, do gay people like dicks in their mouths? Like sometimes.
I think butt plugs are a different feeling for men than they are for women.
Really?
Just because you guys have your G spots in there, so I mean,
I
can only imagine.
That's false.
You having a butt? Have you ever had a butt plug inside of your ass?
No, but I know our G spot's not up there.
Have you tried
it? It is up there.
It is. It's fucking science.
I've wiped my ass a couple times. It's never felt good.
It's science.
Yeah, it's kind of
because you
like
need a bigger cock inside your tight little booty hole.
Yeah, I remember in like high school they explained it to me for some reason. I don't know why. We were talking about like sex in science class or whatever.
Was this not a professor explaining it to you?
It wasn't a professor, to be fair.
It was the PE coach.
It was in high school.
It was a substitute teacher named Darwin.
He was telling me behind the school at night. Anyways, but no, we were in like science class or whatever, and
substitute teacher.
And they were like, "All right, today's a sex day. Like, get it all out. Ask me whatever you want," type shit. And we all like wrote it down on notes. And someone wrote like G spot for men or whatever is the butthole. And he was like, "Oh, finally someone asked." And he just went off about how like
really
the G spot is in a man's butthole.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Osceola High School, the greatest place for education.
Osceola County.
Yeah.
Osceola High School is kind of weird.
It is a little weird. It's cool though. I remember my first day. I didn't get into a fight, but someone got into a fight on me. Like, I was just like...
That's happened to me.
You've been fought on before?
I went to a ghetto-ass middle school one time. And one day, there was 5 fights in one day. I counted because it was from the moment I got to school to, like, me leaving on the bus. I was walking to the bus, and all of a sudden, like, I'm in between a fight somehow. And then there's these 2, like, black kids, and they're all, like, swinging arms. And I'm just like, ah!
You're like literally in between the fights and shit. That's
I was like in between, so I'm like, oh shit, how did I get in the middle of this? Like they just started swinging arms, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then I like crawled out somehow in between them, like before I got hit in the face.
Yeah, I was at lunch, first ever lunch of high school. I'm trying to make friends or whatever, and then I just get pinned to the table. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look back, and there's a dude, like, getting his ass beat on top of me.
Damn.
And he's, like, doing, like, the cartoon thing, his head in a headlock, and he's just like...
Oh, I've seen...
People do that.
In science class, same school, because I went to a ghetto-ass middle school for 8th grade. I'm in science class. Yeah, science class. Actually, I remember he was Puerto Rican. His name is Martin. Shout out to Martin if you're still alive. Martin was like this quiet guy. I kind of had like a little crush on him, but not really.
All right.
Only because he was quiet and he was really nice and he always gave me gum. But he was always quiet. He didn't talk to anybody. He didn't really have friends. He kind of wore the same thing every other day. And
this is news. I always thought like
Martin was always nice to me. He was just like always nice, right?
Yeah.
And he always gave me gum.
Okay.
One day in science class, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's this kid. He's a mixed kid. He was very loud, and he was just talking a lot of shit in class.
Mm-hmm.
So Martin told the guy, like, shut the fuck up, whatever. Somehow they got into a fight.
Nice.
Martin went crazy.
Uh-oh.
Martin grabbed the kid's fucking face. I guess they were sitting next to each other, and we were doing some computer work that day in science class. So, like, all of our tables are facing the wall, so no one's, like, there's no one in the middle of the classroom. The teacher's at her desk. And, you know, we're all, like, facing the computers, and all of a sudden I hear keyboards, like, going, like, and we all look, and it's freaking Martin slamming the kid's face in the keyboard. And Martin just grabs this kid's head, and he's like, and the kid's like getting beat in the face. And we were all like, oh, shit. And the teacher, she's this old white lady, so she's, like, freaking out in the class. She's like, you guys, stop. And then we were just like, yeah. And, because that kid was fucking retarded. Like, he was just annoying. So anyways, the teacher, she calls security to come up in the classroom. They take Martin away. But Martin was, like, beating the fist fight. Like, that kid got beat, the one that Martin beat, man. And then I think he got suspended or something. Didn't see him for a while.
You never saw Martin again.
I was about to say.
Never saw Martin again.
Was that a red flag?
On Facebook?
Yeah. Did you not get
I
that
have a thing
ass?
for bad boys.
Do you? But he was just a quiet kid that gave you gum. I never thought brownie points existed.
I thought, no, quiet guys for me were always like, I was always intrigued by the quiet ones, but it's always the quiet ones that are like the dangerous ones, you know?
Oh, yeah, because you have a sense for getting killed. If you if a guy is going to kill you, you're like, yeah, that's hot.
I'm like, I want to feel borderline, like my life is on danger, you know?
Shout out quiet kids.
What is it? I didn't believe it. I didn't believe in brownie points, so I never gave girls pens.
Brownie points?
Yeah. I never gave girl pens.
What's a brownie point?
Like, you do something nice for a girl, and then she's like, oh, you're winning brownie points with me.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not. It's also just like, yeah, if you're trying to do something to get points with a girl's not going to reward you. Like,
I just never believed in brownie points.
Exactly.
Like, I never, like, if a girl would ask for a pen, I'll never give her a pen. If she asked me for a pen.
We never had any other interactions besides, like, gum.
Yeah, I would feel used.
Gum.
I would feel used.
Well, I gave him gum one time when he asked for gum. Like, I was always very generous with sharing. Unless it was, like, someone I knew and I knew they shared back. Yeah. Then I'm like, all right, you know what? We're cool.
Which wasn't fair for me not to share pens or anything like that, because I was the kid in class that would always ask for, like, loose leaf and pens.
I feel like, you were just the kid that just showed up. You didn't even go to school with the backpack. He just, like, brought himself to school.
He's like,
but
my brain is my book bag.
No, but I was smart, though. Like, actually, there was a girl that sat behind me. I actually had a crush on her. She had your last name. She would, like, copy off me. She would copy off me, and she always ended up with, like, a better test grade than me. It was the weirdest thing in the world.
What?
Yeah.
I got lucky and throughout school. I was telling, who was I telling? Some people always think, they're like, oh, you seem like you were always so smart in school. Like,
Never
you know, were you the smart kid in school? I'm like, no.
Who asked you that?
Who's asking
Someone
you that?
trying to get in your pants?
I was about to say, at Vacation Village?
I think someone in school, because they were trying to figure me out, and no one can figure me out. They always think, oh, you're the good kid in school. You were the one that brought the pen and the paper. You were like the teacher's pet. I'm like, fuck no. One, teachers usually hated me or they loved me. There was no in between. Or either they hated me to start and then they ended up loving me. I had a teacher that hated me. She hated my guts. And then one day it flipped around. I used to sit next to this guy named Dennis. And it was math class, but I used to always cheat off Dennis. Dennis was cool. He was my homie. He would let me cheat off him because I was bad at math. But I would always talk to everybody because I'm a talker. And
were you guys in the same grade?
We were in the same grade. And her name was Miss Duncan. She used to always be like, and yelling at me and stuff. And I've gotten in trouble a few times. So she always give me warnings. And then one day, I think either her husband died, her grandfather died, somebody died, right? Not her, but somebody close to her died. And we all gave her a letter. We all had to sign a letter for her, like a little card, maybe like a get well card, I don't know, something like that. And I remember I put like a little Bible verse or something, like I wrote like a cute little like thing. And after that, she loved me. Like that day that she came back to class, something had happened in between me and Dennis. I don't remember what, but like she either heard one of us talking, and she was like, you know what? I don't think it was Jennifer all along. I think it was Dennis.
Damn.
Dennis, you were the one that was influencing Jennifer. You're the bad one. So, like, it completely turned around, and she started just hating on him the whole class. So, like, everything that I did, like, if I talked, she would always blame Dennis. If she caught cheating, it was Dennis cheating off of me. Like, it was the funniest thing ever. But
Damn.
Sounds like you ruined this kid's
Yeah, I was
life.
about to say you ruined Dennis's life.
nah,
Fucking
Dennis
women.
was cool.
I always what is it? If a girl ever got in trouble around me, I always like said I was the one to influence her, just because I didn't care about going to the deans. Because I filled out my own paperwork. Like in the school year, you know how you had to fill out your paperwork.
Oh, I forged all that shit.
Yeah, I would fill it out myself, and I would put like my best friend's number or his older brother's number. That way, when he would call,
I did that.
Yeah.
My best friends were a few grades older than me. They were already, when I was in middle school, my friends were already in high school. So they had different time schedules. So I'd be like, hey, my teacher's going to call. Pretend you're my mom. So one time that actually happened in Ms. Duncan's class, I remember I was like texting my friend real quick. I'm like, hey, pretend you're my mom. And I gave her my friend's number. And Ms. Duncan called my friend at the moment, and my friend picks up, and I'm like dying inside, right? And she can do like kind of like a Spanish accent because she's hilarious, and she's like, hello, and then Ms. Duncan's like, hello, is this Jennifer's mother? And she's like, see, this is her. She's like, oh, well, I'm calling because Jennifer's disrupting the class and blah, 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 blah. You know, you need to have a serious talk with her. I'm concerned about her grades and all this other shit. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll talk to her. Thank you. And then hangs up. And then she's like, wow, your mom seemed nice. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, great. I'm really going to get it. Darn.
Damn.
The dean thought he got me one time too, because I had to put like a non-working number on the phone thing. And then he was like, hey, we don't have a working phone number for your parents. And I was getting in trouble like every week. And I was like, yeah, it's this number actually. And he's like smiling, thinking he got me. He's like, yeah, I'm about to call his mom. He's about to get in so much trouble. And I just gave him a fake number. And it was so funny. I have that vivid image of like the dean thinking he caught me. What kind of kid were you in school, Chris?
Me, I was the school shooter kid. I was like scared.
I can see that.
Yeah, I was definitely the quiet kid. Didn't have any friends and I scared everybody. And like people were literally like scared of me and shit. And like I don't know. And it was and also like I didn't like being the loner or whatever.
It's the rings.
But it's the rings.
Look at the rings, you guys. Look, point.
Yeah.
Do they see the rings?
Very like
Rings give school shooter vibes. If you go to school with the guy that wears rings, I went to school with the guy that wore rings, and I'm like, I always knew that guy was up to no good. I'm like, something about him does not seem right.
Christian, you would have had a crush on Christian if you guys were the same age in school. He was a quiet kid.
Probably not.
I would probably be afraid of Christian.
Yeah, because I wasn't like a tall, mysterious, quiet kid. I was like a pimply face, pale, like short kid. And like literally, I like embraced it too. Like if anytime I smiled, I'd like make myself not smile. Like everyone would be laughing at something funny that happened. They're like, "Oh, Christian, you're laughing." I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm like, fuck you. I hate everybody."
That's probably why they thought you were weird, because they were like, "Okay, Christian, this was a chance for you to join in and laugh with everybody." And you're like, "No, it wasn't funny."
Teachers, I'm like, this is embarrassing. Teachers would like give me a layup to try to make me look cool. Like it was like a day where we weren't doing anything. Like we're watching movies, and some teacher was like, "Oh, have you seen Get Out, Christian?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Is it a good movie?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, everybody, Christian said we're gonna watch Get Out. It's a pretty good movie." And I was like, "Thanks." Like,
so you would always like deprecate yourself in a way, like you had a moment to shine, and you would always shut yourself down.
Yeah, I was just like not with the whole making friends.
But you went to St. Cloud for like a bit, right? You went to like St. Cloud Middle School or something?
No, I went to Neptune Middle School.
Neptune.
I went to.
I don't know what was wrong with you then.
That's a cool comedic way of events, because you're still that persona.
Yeah, that's still.
And
like,
that can still be your persona.
I think he's funny. I think he's extremely funny.
No, I'm saying that persona.
He's quirky now.
No,
but
I'm saying now, like him already that way is hilarious.
I think there's a part of it in it, like that's definitely like.
I think it's hilarious. I think you should bring that part out of you more, because it's more you.
Nah.
And because he already lives
Tone that
through
down.
that.
Tone that. You want me to go back? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
I like it.
Because I was cool with like most people, and the weird kids, like I was alright with them. Like Christian doesn't seem like one of those weird kids. Like he doesn't look like one of those kids that like played Yu-Gi-Oh in like high school.
No, I didn't do all that. I was I was quiet. I wasn't like a fucking nerd. I would just didn't know how to make friends and shit. So I would just be quiet. But like if you got to know me, I could like make you laugh or like say something
that's what you
interesting.
seem like to me.
Yeah.
I had a couple friends. They were the funniest kids in class.
Yeah.
I had a friend named Geraldo, and he's like, pause. He's like hot now. He's like a bartender.
Gerardo
Yeah.
sounds like he works at a gay bar.
He might
be. He might pop off.
No, he's really big now. He's like,
Hello,
growing-
my name is Geraldo. I'd make you a shaky, a martini for you.
So Gerardo was a
He was-
quiet
he was-
kid. who
he was
Come
Venezuelan.
here, Geraldo.
he was Venezuelan, so he was short his entire life.
Ay, mira, papi, mi pantalonecito.
Well, he was a short kid his entire life. He was a short king his entire life, and
Yeah.
then and he was just hilarious, the funniest kid in class. And then
Yeah.
I know where he hit a Grossberg. He's like 6'2", 6'3" now,
He glowed up.
and he's super buff. And I
He's
hang out
not
with him
little
like,
helado anymore.
and I'm like, you're not even funny anymore. What happened?
He's not even funny.
Oh, you were cute. You were
he stopped
funny.
hanging
We
out with
liked
you
you
and
when
shit?
you were short.
Nah, he's still a cool person, but he's just not. He's not as funny. Like he used to like. I guess he used to like idolize funniness, and then like he's like, I don't need to be funny anymore.
He
You
got
bitches.
I don't need to be
confidence.
funny anymore.
Yeah.
That's what happened. He glowed up. He's like, what am I doing all this effort
It's
building a
because he
personality?
got confidence.
He
You
got
think so?
he got the
He got the
gains
growth.
to be confident.
Maybe
like,
his dick grew with it.
probably.
He's
That's
like,
what's
yes. I don't know.
But yeah, you gave me like
Wait.
you gave me that vibe. Like the funniest kids in class were always like the quiet kids that didn't have much friends, but like I was always their friend because they were hilarious.
Yeah, I could be funny to like my few friends, but like a good chunk of my classes, I was the quiet, scary kid and shit. And I would see people like notice it. Like I'd be like scary in one class, and they'll catch me at lunch goofing off, and I'm like, what are you doing here? Why are you being all weird shit now? And then I'll go back to class. I'm like, I
I
don't
was
want to talk
friends
to you.
with like everybody. I was like that person that in high school it was weird because most of my friends didn't go to my high school, so I knew everybody in every type of thing. Like I was cool with
Yeah.
all the nerdy dorky kids. I was cool with all the Hispanics. I was cool with all like the jocks and the cheerleaders and the cool kids.
You were
And
Ferris Bueller.
I was just, I was like that person. But then I had like my main group of friends who were just like the normal people. And I was like the weird kid, but like they'd be like, oh, you're weird, but like in a good way. And I'm like, okay, is there weird in a bad way? I don't know. Am I good? Like, and they'd be like, yeah, you're good weird. But then there's like weird and then there's like good weird. So I was like good weird, I
Good
guess.
Well,
You ever get mad when like a man mismanages his penis?
okay,
What?
Left turn, but
Yeah, I was sorry.
Okay,
I was,
first-
I was
talking
gonna
high
ask you
school.
about. Were you a fucking weirdo in school? Were you a jock? What were you?
He looks like the school shooter.
Nah, you give me at like football
He looks
vibe.
like
I know you
the
didn't play football.
school rapist.
Nah.
Let me meet you in the bleachers. He'd be like, hey,
How many people did you meet in the bleachers? Jenny?
hey, big
I was
booty.
She looks like a bully with her backwards
Nobody.
hat.
I was a virgin. I was very innocent. I went to Bible club.
Nerd.
You see how her story switches out of nowhere. Nah, it's
I
okay.
went to marketing club.
It's okay.
That's what's up.
I
I
took ASL.
American Sign Language.
So you give deaf. So
ASL.
you give deaf dude hand jobs. That's why you went to ASL.
I learned how to sign music. It was cool. I figured I didn't want to do a language where I had to memorize the speech and like pronunciate. So I figured, signing's like dancing, and I've been dancing since I was little, so I was like, it can be like the same
choreography.
thing. Yeah, it's choreography with your fingers. But it's a lot. It's like a whole different language that you're learning. But it was cool because to this day, I know people who took that class that still remember some signs.
Mm-hmm.
So years later, I ended up working with one of my best friends. You know her, Cassandra.
Yeah.
And she went to the same high school. We were different grades, but she took sign language. So throughout work, we'll be like signing to each other. We'll be like, hey. We'll be like, what's up? Like, how are you? And then we'll like sign, like talk shit, and no one know.
Did you have any crushes on any deaf guys? Because I heard you like them quiet.
Hey,
Welcome to the 504 podcast.
That was great. No, okay. Welcome to the 504 podcast.
20
We
minutes
are
into the
here.
podcast.
504.
Jenny with an eye.
What?
It's
Jenny has a butt plug in her butt right now. If you guys are wondering.
Darwin
way too late for an
has
intro, but
a butt plug in his dick hole because he's a pussy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, woo!
All right. We were talking about school. What are you?
Well, I was gonna give a recap. So
school's in session, y'all.
So it was a great week. I did like Secrets on Friday. I did another show with Kevin on Saturday.
Wait, you did a show at Secrets?
Well, I was just there with Kev. Kev was doing the show. I was just there seeing what it was like.
Wait, for the people that are watching and listening that don't know what Secrets is. Secrets is an adults only.
It's a swingers
like
club.
A swingers club, pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's
It's
a
like an
resort.
orgy fest. It's freaking filled with STDs, disgusting sin.
It's very
and you
Florida.
should all burn in hell.
Yeah, it's very Florida.
Actually, it's really mind opening because it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
It's
All right, Darwin's gonna inform us on his experience.
Y'all gotta over.
Not my.
None
Not
of
my.
us. I'm narrating for Darwin. Damn
All
it.
right.
Darwin's gonna explain. Right, you're gonna explain how your week went. I want to know, and for the viewers, the people, our fans, John, we love you, John. Shout out, John.
You got a lot
And
of energy today.
hey, I know I have a lot of energy. Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
you do one
My
intro.
armpits are sweaty right now. We love you, John. All right. So, anyways, going back to the swingers club. Darwin's going to. Are you lowering
She's
my
like
volume?
Yeah,
She's
it's
like doing an
recording.
essay. She's like doing an essay right now. She was
Yeah,
like
you're
250 words.
Yeah.
She was like, oh,
It's like the book was written by John Smith, and John Smith wrote the book. Like, so back to John
And it was
Smith.
published by John Smith, edited by John Smith.
In the year,
Found
If
at
you're- if-
johnsmith.com.
if you don't know how to spell John Smith, it's J.
John, not to be confused with Jon
Nothing
Smith.
confused with Johnny Smith or his cousin.
John comes
Jo-
from the origin of Josue from the Bible. In Hebrew, Joshua.
or his Spanish cousin, Josue Smith.
Yeah.
Josue Smith.
All this.
Smithsonian.
.com. If you need the translation in Spanish, look it up, bitch.
Anyways.
All right. So secrets. Going on about secrets. Secrets.
Yes.
is-
Darwin, tell your story about secrets, please.
Darwin is gonna inform us what happened, how it went.
I'm
Darwin,
not gonna say all that.
I want to know how many tits you saw,
I saw
how
a lot
many
of
dicks were they big, were they small? I want to know if you saw people have sex in front of you, if they were like doing freaky
There's a
stuff.
lot of sex in front of me.
I know. Were you hard the whole time?
No, it wasn't hard.
No.
Not the whole time. All
Not the
right.
whole time.
Did you go home and
I
jerk
got
off
hard once.
immediately?
No, I didn't.
What
Okay.
made you hard the first time?
Why are y'all okay? So why are y'all at a Secrets to begin with? Why are y'all there?
So shout out to my boy Kevin Dean. Kevin Dean had a show in Secrets. He knows I was from Kissimmee. It was Labor Day weekend. I went back to Kissimmee. He was like, "Yo, pop up. Might have a spot for you." I went through. I wanted to check it out anyways because like I've lived there, never went there, and it was pretty cool. There was a lot of penises, a lot of sex going on. It was an experience like nothing else I've ever like experienced before. Because it was like out in the open. People were just blowing people. People were like eating each other out at the pool. I would not go in that pool, to be honest with you.
That I've heard about the pool. I just heard there was a pool there.
There's
and
more
the
than
whole
one.
thing that the only thing I think about is just jizz and cum and
Yeah, you gotta
just
clean
like-
that pool
Well,
every day.
the reason I wouldn't go to the pool is because every time I go in the pool, I have to pee. And to think that,
That's the red flag is that you had to
piss and
pee.
shit.
yeah, I don't care about.
It's
All
the
the
real
cum
golden
and
shower.
squirt and
shit.
Wait,
It's just protein.
so you're telling me you went in the pool?
I didn't go in the pool.
He didn't go in the
Oh,
pool.
but that's called the real golden shower then.
The real golden shower.
Is that what it's
The
called?
golden tub.
The golden
That's
tub.
pretty cool.
Alrighty. So,
I don't know. I can assume.
So you went there. Kevin did a show. Did you perform or no?
I didn't perform. I didn't.
Okay, so you
I
were just
didn't go-
hanging.
I was just hanging. Yeah.
Alright.
They
Hanging
got
with your
bottles.
dick
They
out.
got bottles.
Hanging with your
hookahs.
dick out.
Yeah.
There was actually a lot of people I knew. There was a lot. The crazy thing was there was a lot of people I knew there, and
Knew as in like you knew who were attending there as like people that you went like you knew like.
I knew personally. Yeah, just that people up, giving them hugs.
Were they people you knew, or did you know these people?
Hey, mommy.
Were they human?
How are you, mommy? I haven't.
That's when I got hard actually, because someone I knew from high school was hitting on me, but
Oh,
I didn't know how
wow.
to take it because she was with her boyfriend, and that's so different from real life.
That is
Like in real life, you're
Well,
supposed to avoid people with boyfriends. Like
So
if you're in a club, this
Damn.
is what like is the difference mentally. When you're in a club and you see a girl with her boyfriend, you wait for her boyfriend to go in the bathroom to go talk to her. you have to like wait a minute or something.
Gotta be
She's like
sneaky.
she's just right in front of her boyfriend, like just like, yo, you
Damn.
wanna go get naked at like by the pool. I was like, I didn't know what to do, so I just started laughing. I was like,
she said that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I don't know why I'm so shocked.
That got me hard.
Know.
Why didn't you get that out? You were because of the whole boyfriend situation. You weren't.
Yeah, because it was. I'm just not used to fucking in front of someone. I'm used to fucking behind people's back, and it's just a different experience for me.
I can't even imagine. Like, I have a friend that went to the woodshed in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of it?
No, is that a
it's
swingers
like
resort
a thing? But this is different. They have like glass rooms. This is what my friend told me. And she's been with her boyfriend. They're married now. They have a kid together. But before all of that, when they were only dating, they went to the woodshed in Tampa. And she was telling me it's glass doors. And like, you can go in the room and like have sex or whatever. And people can watch you. And you can unlock the door if you want them to come in, or you can lock it if you don't want them to come in. So, like, you know, if you want your privacy, like, if you want your privacy in a sense of you just want it to be you, like you and your girl, but you wanted people to watch and exhibition.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that actually.
You can, or you can do the other parts, but it's like different rooms and different shit. And
another odd thing to me was all right. So there was like a bunch of promoters there. One of them was like really cool. Everyone was just grabbing her ass. She was amazing.
He's amazing.
She was amazing.
Wait, she's the promoter.
She was a promoter. Like
she was promoting her ass.
There was more than one promoter. No, they're just promoting.
Are they all naked?
Oh, there was naked people. Not all of them were naked. A lot of them were like in like just skimpy outfits, but there was people naked. And by the pool, 90% of people were naked.
How many ugly people were there?
I want to say it's
besides you, Darryl. No.
I want to say it's like 50-50. Like
50-50.
Like 50. Half of the people are couples that are like older. They're just trying to swing, and then the other half is like these people are on roids. They're like super built, super cut up. Girls have abs. Guys have abs. It's like. Yeah, you look at a couple, you're like, I don't want to fuck this couple. You look at the other couple, it's like, all right, what's up?
Is it a lot of rednecks? Because I've been
there was a couple white people.
I was about to say, I haven't been there. I did go there on one occasion, and I saw a bunch of rednecks, and I was like,
wait, you went?
I didn't go there for the fucking. I bought a stripper pole. Fun fact.
You bought a stripper pole?
I bought a stripper pole there for my lady as like a funny gift or whatever.
They sell stripper poles?
They have like a little shop. Like the first place you go in is like the check-in, and then to the right is a gift shop basically. And they sell shit there. And I bought a stripper pole because I needed it fast for my girlfriend's birthday as like a joke gift. And it was one of those that you had to like screw in though, so she didn't like it. So I was like, fuck. So I had to go return it.
The screw-in one would be better. I've seen people like buy the ones that are just.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better, but she's like, she wasn't finna put holes in her ceiling for a stripper pole. She was not finna do that. So I was like, all right, I'll take it back. So I went to go take it back, and I tried to get a refund, and the nice lady was not there. She was like, oh, I'll be there in a second. I was gonna say getting dressed, but she was not getting dressed to fucking, like, she was putting on like nip covers or whatever the fuck. And
she was naked?
She was getting naked. It was weirding me out because I'm like, you get dressed to go to work, but she was getting undressed to go to work.
Oh.
And
same thing with like strip clubs and like wing houses. Like they'll come in with like leggings on and they'll take off their leggings. And, and strip clubs are.
That's like Twin Peaks or Hooters or any of those places. Like we always go to the Twin Peaks by work, and the girls are always like in jackets and shit, and then they like. It's like bikini day, and it's like, bitch, okay.
So,
but it's like you figure they like went to a gas station or something before. But that's like another like mind thing. Like you think this is like a different world. Like having like I can never, maybe I can, but
not with that attitude, Darryl. Come on, believe in yourself.
It's a different mindset. But one of the promoters,
it's weird.
I was looking at his wife because she was super hot. She was like 6'2", 6'1". She was super hot, like. Big ass. She probably had a BBL. She had big titties, and I'm just looking at her because she's taller than most people there, and I'm checking her out, and then her husband like comes up and talks to me. He's a promoter. I'm thinking they're not in the life because none of the comedians that were on the show were in the life. Like one was married, he left immediately after. Two were married. One of the wives was in the car waiting for one of the comedians. I'm not gonna say.
Who?
I
know everybody.
We'll say it off the pod. We'll look cooler. We have secrets.
All right, never mind.
All right, so it was a real different experience, and then so I'm thinking like the promoters are just promoters. They're not about this. They're just collecting a check like the comedians were, and he was like, he was like, "Hey, are you new at this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've never been here before." And he was like, "All you gotta do is ask the husband, and then you can go talk to the wife." And then
like that.
And then he was super cool. His wife
Jesus
was like
Christ.
just kind of around me the whole night because I was just like checking her out, but I didn't want to like just be like, "So how do we do this? Like, do I just go take?"
Yeah.
And then Kev told me like that's all I have to do, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't want to be watched.
Yeah, that's not your thing. It's okay.
Not yet.
Not
I
yet.
might, you know,
who knows?
I might
Never say
evolve.
never. But
I might evolve.
Jesus.
no, that's
But actually, I went into the mindset that I was gonna fuck like an old white lady
yeah.
in front of her old white husband. I was okay with that.
Hell.
I was okay with that. But both these people were like 6. The husband was like 6'5". The wife was like 6'2". I would just feel
What are these
miniature.
giants
I would
at
just
Secret's
be
Hideaway? They're all
scared of
6
like
foot.
getting AIDS or something.
AIDS probably.
You have condoms.
People have
I have
condoms.
I
don't
know, but
It's kind of like the villages, micro
it
villages.
just seems disgusting. Like all these people naked with their vaginas and dicks out. Like I just feel
Yeah.
like a disease is forming in a petri dish. Like it's just like a different
No, I
variant
didn't
of
feel like that.
something.
I felt like it was.
I just feel like everybody spit and cum all mushed together, and it just forms this like
it's a big.
I feel like it was
germ fest.
clean.
gummy baby.
I felt like everything was clean, but the pool. The only reason I feel the pool was clean was because the piss. There was something that was funny to me. We were talking to this guy. He's like talking to us, and he's like trying to do comedy. He was like, "Hey, yeah." He was like just greeting us, and then his wife was there. I think they weren't attractive. I think his wife wanted something, so that's why he started talking to me. And then this other girl comes up, and then she like starts talking to us, and then he was like, "Yeah, her pussy ain't shit. It don't matter." And that to me was crazy for him saying her pussy ain't shit because he's had it. He's had this girl's pussy who's belongs to another person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is
Damn.
insane. I would never be able to say that.
That's crazy. I want to perform there just so I can make fun of all the naked people there.
Like
I want to do
I'm
it.
pretty sure that's what they want to hear. People make fun of
No, not make fun of them, but
What
I
are you,
have so
naked?
many like dirty jokes. Like,
really.
Hey, well,
like
I don't
give it up for the first pussy on stage, and talk about like, oh yeah, like how many people in here have a UTI?
Well, sex things is like kind of down. Like if you think about it, it's kind of like you kind of sound like a little kid trying to be edgy to them because they're living a life that's way past the life you're living.
Yeah, they could not care less that they're.
I know, but I'll just be calling out like the shit as someone who's not in the scene, like my perspective of what I see.
Yeah,
And my
they hear that every day of their life.
Yeah. I don't know.
So my perspective would be no, because not everybody's like as comfortable as certain people to call people out on that shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they might be open, but they can still be very private. Why do you think they go to a place called Secrets?
Mm-hmm.
Duh.
The same reason.
Secrets.
The same reason women shop at Victoria's Secret. Yeah, all my friends have seen her in Victoria's Secret.
Whoa. Those are secrets, not very secret. I don't know. I would like to perform there and just do my stupid
yeah,
jokes.
but Secrets,
and then
Victoria's
everyone's like,
Secrets
wow.
is different than Secrets.
I don't know.
You said you would.
I would do it. It's now on my bucket list of.
I've talked
Orlando
about
stand-up.
it with my boyfriend
Yeah,
before.
like not to go sucking and fucking, just to do stand up and just to do my regular jokes that have nothing to do with Secret's Hideaway. Just be like, so what's the deal with Pepsi Cola? And
No, I
then
think that would go good.
just
So you talked about it with your boyfriend.
I have a
Going
joke.
with your
Okay,
boyfriend?
so I have a joke I'll run
Wait,
by. What?
I want you to talk about the real thing.
What?
You said you talked about it with your boyfriend.
A long time ago.
What was
about
the
going
conversation like?
about going to Secrets and
Yeah.
messing around. And
No,
what was the-
not just to
just-
check it out.
just to be voyeurs.
I don't think I would be ready for all that.
Mm.
You know,
Like going to
like,
the zoo.
You're
I
gonna
would
get hit
be-
on a lot.
I would be
That
okay
part.
with us fucking, but not like us with other people.
Okay.
Cause
I thought you were swinging
I
when I
will
met you.
stab a bitch. I will fucking stab a fucking girl's nipples. Like I will fucking chop them off.
I thought you were swinging when I met you.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Because now that I went to a real swingers place, I see the difference. But for most people, I don't put anything past people. Like I put like.
Yeah, anyone can be a swinger, but
Yeah.
like, what makes you? What specifically?
Well, back then it was my idea of a swinger wasn't like what it is now. Like now I
Yeah.
see how open minded they are.
Yeah.
And how different it is. Actually, this is how weird it was. When I like left the place, someone was catching Uber. I was like, "You're a swinger. You're not supposed to be on the Uber. You guys are supposed to be on a magic carpet or something." Like,
Yeah,
it's such a
you're
different
supposed to go
world.
in your golf cart and go back to your.
Yeah.
What are you doing taking an Uber?
White person.
I was at work and my guest that I was with, she's a swinger. She was here by herself, like I was telling you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about this because she didn't I found out she had a boyfriend and that he lived in Vegas. And I was like, oh, you know, you guys are long distance. How long, like, how come you guys are doing it? Like, how did you meet is what I was saying. And she was like, oh, we met on a podcast. He has a swingers podcast. And I'm like, oh, so you guys are swingers? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, how long have you been a swinger for? You know, like, I'm like casually asking this woman like about her swinger life, right? Because I'm curious. And she's like, you know, she's openly telling me, which I felt was really nice. But she's like, yeah, I've been a swinger for as long as I can remember. I'm like, when did you know you were a swinger? I'm like asking her, like, if, like, when did you know you were gay? You know, like, when did you know, like, and then she's like, I don't know. She's like, I guess I've always, like, you know, been that way. Like, she was remarried twice. Her last husband died. They were together for 30 years and they were both swingers. She's like, I've only ever known this lifestyle type of shit. And she's like, the way I look at it is sex is sex, you know, and if he wants to go and fuck somebody else, then he can go and fuck somebody else. And if I want to, then I can too, or whatever, you know. And I think that's what kept us together for so long, you know. And she's like, if it wasn't because he died, like, she's like, we would still be together.
Damn.
And now she's dating a guy that I think is younger than her. She's an older lady. And he's only into married women. So, like, this guy will he will only fuck married women. And I was like, interesting. So she's the first, technically she's not divorced, she's just widowed. Yeah. So, but she doesn't have her husband. So we'll see how long that lasts. But I'm like, interesting.
Is she just telling him she's still married? She's like, oh yeah, I never got divorced. You're like, oh, I like that. He's dead?
I don't know. It's fuck interesting. I guess, like, the way they look at it is sex is just something you do for fun. It's nothing like intimate, nothing romantic. It's just like.
Well, he has something with him because he only wants to mess with married women, and my conscience gets to me like now that I'm older. But I remember there was a brief period of time where I didn't want to be responsible for a woman, and I felt like if a woman was in a relationship, I wouldn't have to be responsible for her. Like. What do you mean?
Then that's just commitment issues, right?
The Argentinian girl that I told you I was thinking about for the handy. She was the hottest girl in one of my college classes, and she said she had a boyfriend, but I didn't care about it because you know it's a guy it's a guy I don't know. I don't know him. I don't care about him. It's whatever. Yeah. And one day I was at work. I used to work overnights, and I think I left work at 2 a.m. and she hit me up. She hit me up at 2. She was like, "Hey, what are you doing? Come through." 2 a.m. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be there at 4. I went to go take a shower. Got to her house at 4. From like 4, I don't want to say how long we just did stuff, but from 4 for like the first 10 minutes, she's like trying to like
four.
That's what he didn't want to say how quick it was. He was like, I don't want to say how it was, but for 10 minutes it was over.
No. From 4 to 7.
For 2 minutes.
From 4 to 7.
4 a.m. to 7 a.m. Yeah, you're hanging out with this broad.
But from the first 10 minutes, she's like trying to like
not do it.
Get you hard.
Trying to relinquish herself from guilt. Trying to be like, oh, he's a fuck up. He doesn't care about me.
She's talking about her boyfriend.
She's trying to hype her. She's trying to the opposite of hype her man up, like hype him down.
Yeah, in her mind, she's like, why she's going through this? Yeah, why she's trying to justify cheating with him.
She's justifying that. Yeah, okay.
Damn. When you were like,
so then,
yeah, he ain't shit.
Are you
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just trying not to fuck this up.
Are you talking to this girl now?
No. I think about her a lot. I feel like I shouldn't have fucked up. I feel because she was like after this, she was trying to make it like official.
Damn. So she was leaving her man for you. She cheated on her man for you,
but I could have been in the same position.
Decided to be like, I liked you better when you were with your man.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say any of that.
No, that's the reason why. Because he was like, it was better when you were in a relationship.
That wasn't it. I
liked you better with the guilt.
The thought about it. No, the thought about it is if she's willing to leave you if she's willing to leave someone for you, she's willing to leave you for someone else.
Oh my God! Because
that's
it's a weird truth. But
it's a weird truth, but at the end of the day, it's either you're gonna do it to somebody or someone's gonna do it to somebody else.
No, it doesn't have to be that way.
It's a weird hypocritical thing, but
it doesn't have to be that way.
It's a full circle. No, because it's happened to me.
I get it. No, I get it.
I did it to someone. Someone did it to me. Someone did it to their girlfriend with me.
But I've never done it to someone, so it doesn't mean someone has to do it to me.
Anyways, it's a weird.
When I was 17, I had a work wife that was 25. 17 to 18. I had work wife.
That
There was
is
25.
It's a little weird, but anyways.
There was 25.
Why would
And
a
she had-
25-year-old woman?
She was on her second husband. I went older
Second
than that.
husband at 25.
I went older than that. I went 40. I made out with this 40-year-old when I was 17 that worked with me. She used to do the cash register. It was ill.
And she sounded like this. Darwin,
She had a fat
come
ass.
here, sugar lips.
She had a fat ass.
Come to mama.
She was 40. She had a fat
Come
ass.
give mommy a huggy.
And there used to be a bar. There used to be a bar behind where I would work.
Yeah.
And I remember I'm 17. I'm getting orange soda.
I was about
at
to
this
say.
bar. She's getting beer. This is the only disgusting thing is I'm making
Can you
out with
pass
her.
me a Newport?
I was making out with her at 17.
Yeah.
And all I tasted was beer in her breath. I'm like cuffing her ass. I'm about to like go home with her and shit.
Jesus Christ.
And the only disgusting thing was I didn't like beer at the time. And
I was
I'm
about to
tasting
say
beer
you're
in her breath.
tasting
Yeah.
beer. You're like, ew.
I'm over. I'm playing it cool. Come on, I'm playing it cool. I'm playing it cool. I was just laughing in my thoughts. I'm like,
Why
damn,
does
I'm
your
over
breath taste like pee-pee?
here. No, I was, yeah.
Damn.
Either or. So
I-
where it happens, it's gonna happen regardless. It's
Yeah.
it's a true thing. So the 25-year-old, she ended up leaving her husband for someone else, and then left that guy for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But now my conscience gets to me. Like now, like no matter what I go through.
I think it's karma. The way I think of it is it's a karma, like something happens. Like let's say you cheat on someone, right? Right? You cheat on someone to be with someone else, and then let's say that relation ends. And let's just say you start a whole new relationship with someone else, right? Another female. And then she ends up cheating on you with somebody, right? And it's like, damn, this is my karma because I fucking did this shit. And then this happened. And then now I'm in a relationship.
I don't
so
believe in
now
karma.
You don't believe in karma?
No.
I believe if you do something negative or
I
positive,
think you would be a better person
I
if that was
think-
what you really believed.
I think you know, you're gonna hit either the same thing. So like I think if you do good to others, good will come back to you. And I think if you do something mean or harmful to someone, I think some harm will come back to you.
That's why I don't believe in karma.
I think life is about balancing, and it's like a giant pendulum swing, you know? So like we all have our moments in life where we're having fantastic times of our life. Things are going good, you know, things are looking upward. We're happy, all this other bullshit. Everything's going perfect and dandy. And then you're over here on the other side where it's like, oh no, my life sucks. I'm in this terrible pit hole. You know,
all the words she's using.
I want to kill myself, like all this other bullshit, you know, like life sucks. When do I get out of this? When do I see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know? And it's a constant change of like.
That wouldn't be karma then. Because karma is supposed to be for good, you get good. For bad, you get bad. I think I've done, not to like.
I think it's like equally bad. So
no,
like,
not to be braggadocious. Like I think.
braggadocious.
I think I've been more good than I've been bad, but I've been definitely served more bad than I've served bad.
Well, it could be like little things that you overlook that you don't think are bad, but really.
Like
they're
what?
bad.
Not recycling? I recycle.
I think we're fucked either way. So.
You ever heard of that saying, no good deed goes unpunished?
No good deed goes unpunished. Like
Yeah.
you punish. Okay. Yeah.
Like you do something good for someone and then all of a sudden something bad's going to happen to you. I think that's.
I mean, no bad deed goes unpunished.
No,
Why
no
would-
good deed goes unpunished. Like you'll do something good for someone and
Yeah.
then something bad happens to you. Like let's say you help let's say you give a homeless man like $20 and I know he's
Yeah.
in a car accident.
Okay.
That's just the same.
I think so. For an example, like I feel like there's times where I given a homeless man money, and it would be like the only cash I had, and then I'll give it to the homeless person, and then a part of me, I'm like, okay, you know what? I gave that person money, and I'm not expecting anything in return. Sometimes I'm usually regretting the fact that I gave them money. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, they fucking scammed me, motherfuckers. And then later on, it's like somehow, some way, like someone might give me free lunch, or someone tipped me at work $20, and I gave a homeless person $20. That very next day, I got tipped. I don't get tipped at work. For me to get tipped at work is like, I do sales, so people don't really tip salespeople, okay? And I got tipped $20, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I'm like, I tipped the homeless guy, and I was pissed. I was pissed because I was like, damn it, that's a lot of money for a homeless guy.
Look, she's in sales. She's getting reward for bad behavior. I got tipped in sales all the time.
You got tipped in.
And I was making.
And I ain't never tipped a homeless man in my life.
No. I was making so much money in sales. It would be like it would make no sense to tip me, but I would just get tipped because they like the way like I was, and I'm just like,
they really wanted it. The issue was they wanted it and they couldn't get it, so instead they tipped me, which I'm like, shit, whatever.
no, I would make a sale. And then they would tip me for my work. And
that's never happened. Usually they'll tip me if they for some reason can't get on, like,
they're trying to
purchase.
What's that shit called? Wager. What's the bad word for it? You like give someone money.
Bribe.
That's the word. Yeah, they're
not
bribe you.
Bribing me. No, I bribe them.
They're just trying to get rid
anything.
of her. Actually, that's what it was. They want her to forget about the sale. So here's this money. Forget about the sale because you're not making it happen.
Damn.
It's not like that. I've had situations where people wanted it. It's just circumstances at the moment or like going on in their life wouldn't have them proceed to the next level. Like there was a guy that he had a shit ton of cash. And, like, it was to the point where he needed about $500 in cash just for the down payment. And he was missing, like, $40 more. And, you know, he's, like, stressing. And you can tell, like, this guy's probably homeless, you know. And he wanted it because he wanted something nice for himself. And I'm like, do I really go through with this? And I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, don't go through with this. And, like, the part of me was like, don't do it, you know. I'm like, you're struggling right now. You just moved. He's an artist. He's a rapper. So you can tell, like, maybe he wasn't all there in the head. So I got, like, a soft spot for him. And I was just like, you know what? My good conscience. Like, I could really be a mean.
I don't know if it's a good conscience.
It was. I told him not to do it, and he didn't.
Do you believe in good karma? Yeah.
Not really, no. Pretty cynical. Like, I mean, I don't believe in, like, doing bad shit. I'm relatively believe in doing good shit, but like I don't believe because I did some good shit, more good shit's gonna happen to me.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm just more cynical like that. That being
I don't
said,
think it's more or less. I think it comes at the moment right now. Like I don't think it's all the good shit that acquired over my lifetime. I'm gonna get twice as that. You know, no, I don't think it's that. I think
not twice as that, but good karma would mean if you do something bad, immediately something bad. Not immediately, but in time, something bad will happen to you. If you do something good, in time, something good will happen to you. Yeah. And that's not the way it checks out. Yeah. Bad things happen to good people.
Type shit, yeah.
I mean, I think it's like equally good things and bad things are constantly going to happen to us because that's life.
And then good things happen to bad people.
Listen, whether you like it or not, we're all going to fucking die. We're all going to know someone who's going to fucking die. That's the worst shit that could possibly happen is knowing someone that died. Because it's not right now where it's like, oh, it's a shock. Like I found out this guy committed suicide that I worked with. And I was like, oh my God. You know, I knew he was depressed and I tried to cheer him up. He'd be like, oh, you know, like, I don't want to be here. And, you know, he's like, you know, things at work aren't going good. And I'm like, not with that attitude. And that was like how I would respond to him because we were like near each other. Our desks were together. I'm like, no, with that attitude, you need to turn that frown upside down and you need to be a little more positive. So I always try to like uplift him.
Maybe you gave him the confidence to kill himself.
No.
He was
hopefully.
like, I can't do anything.
He did the
I was
job.
trying to write a suicide joke for like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I found out like two of the people I love the most were like suicidal. I was like, oh damn, this is what I get.
I mean,
that's karma, bitch.
That's not karma. I'm just right.
You trying to joke about suicidal people?
I'm writing a suicide joke more because it's like it's so crazy. Like to think someone could think this way.
Yeah.
I think the people that go through with it are probably the bravest people.
The only solution I have is if you know someone that's not sad like me, just send me a nude and I won't commit suicide.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know.
Don't
I'm just
do
trying
it.
to get a nude.
Don't do it. We don't know how old he is, so we could be sending pictures to a minor.
Yeah,
here.
He's still 7.
So
He's
I
still
would suggest
17.
don't do
fucking
it.
With these old bitches.
I got my high school.
Darwin's either 45 or 25 or 15. We don't know yet.
We don't know.
So he's a
I'm
man
39.
child.
I'm 39.
I have a funny story that happened to me this week.
All right, we'll close on this.
All right.
About suicide? I don't know.
These are closing
So,
ideas
no,
from all three of us.
Not about
There's
suicide.
still
It's
got a little more
about.
time.
What time is it?
We're only at like 50, so we still got a little.
We got
Closing
time.
ideas from all three of us. By the time Jenny's done, it's gonna be 1:15.
Whatever. Shut up.
Love to Jenny.
Get away.
Love Jen.
Nah, bro, you fucked.
He's gonna save that for later.
I'm gonna say this.
He's like, oh.
Yeah.
I've been needing something to think about.
He drives with one arm.
I know. He's like, I'm never washing this hand again. You see him next time. He has a glove over his hand.
His hand's like
he
black.
has like a box, like a glass box all around his hand. He's like, Jenny spit in my hand. All right. Anyways,
Disgusting. Anyways,
funny story that happened to me.
funny story.
I watched porn recently with
Hilarious.
with my coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Ooh, plot twist.
Did
Yeah.
Did you watch it on the TV?
We watched it on our phone.
How many coworkers?
Okay, let me get there.
No, I'm asking the important question. Answer the questions. How many coworkers?
It
How many
was
coworkers?
me.
Give me a number.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably like 5 of us.
How many girls?
All right.
Girls.
Me and this other girl, and then 3 guys.
Okay.
Okay. And we were watching this girl that we used to work with. A video of her leaked, and
You know what would be crazy if you show us the video instead
hold
of
on.
just telling.
Somehow, some way, because it's let me document this right.
Yeah.
Some way, somehow, her photos, her ex-boyfriend had leaked. This is an old thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some way, her ex-boyfriend had leaked photos of her when they broke up, and one of them was a video of her shoving a popsicle up her vagina, and she's licking it and shit.
Nice.
So 2 of my, let's say, colleagues were talking about it, and I'm in the office, right? And we're just chilling, and they're talking about this girl, and they're trying to find the video, and they can't find it. And I'm like, I bet you I can find the video first, right? Because I'm like, whatever. I heard creamsicle, big titties, white girl. I'm like, got it. I got all my key facts, typed that in Google, came up, first video on there.
Titties, popsicle. I'm just kidding.
And
Creamsicle.
immediately, like the first video, it took them like 20 minutes finding this girl's video, right? And I found it immediately. And I'm like, is this her? And they're like, oh my God, that's her. So we're all like behind the phone, and
This is at work?
Yes, at
Oh my
work.
God.
So we're watching it, and the funniest thing, one of the administrators walked in. So we had to like put the phone away, and we're like this, we're like, like patiently waiting for her to leave, and she's stalling at this point. She's like, so yeah, what is everyone doing in here? Oh wow, you guys had barbecue? Oh, okay, cool, blah blah blah. And we're like, all right, bitch, hurry up and leave so we can finish watching this video. So finally she leaves, and we're all gathered around the phone again, and we're watching this video. And it's okay, my boyfriend knows. He was there, so we actually all watched it together.
Okay.
He works with us.
You have to justify that.
I was about to say,
I know.
yeah, I didn't care if you're fucking bored. Is it like a bad thing watching
I know
porn
you're
without
probably
your boyfriend?
like, Jenny, what are you thinking watching porn with?
Who was
your
thinking that? Not one of us.
I'm more
I
just
went to a
concerned-
swinger resort.
I'm more just concerned that you're at work and motherfuckers like, can I buy a timeshare? And you're like, bro, watch this popsicle shit, bro.
I
Like,
can never look at popsicles the same anymore.
I would buy a timeshare for girls.
Listen, if I have a lot of questions about this popsicle thing, because I didn't realize, 1, it's a big thing. 2, I was walking by the freezer section, and I can't walk by the freezer section at Publix.
got kind of wet.
And all I can think about is this
The
girl
the rocket
fucking
power
putting.
shit.
No, it made me question how many times, or like how many people went into Publix
And
today
bought
and bought
popsicles.
popsicles just so that they can shove up their vagina.
Shit.
And I'm like, damn. And I'm like,
I can't think of popsicle
That,
names.
that bitch is
One,
empty.
it's-
Like,
can you
Popsicle.
taste it if you put it inside of you?
yeah.
If it's like red raspberry or red cherry or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Ugh.
2,
It should be sticky.
it's sticky, right?
Yeah.
I thought the same
I'd be
thing.
pissed.
And I'm like, I already don't like sticky things inside of me. Now I'm gonna have sticky fucking
yeah. Can you imagine
cornstarch.
Yep. Open it up. It's like red. Like.
just yeah. Or what if you put it in, you take it out, you put yourself in the freezer,
You
and then you try to pee? Will it be like an ice cube slushy, like a red slushy or something?
I don't
No.
know. If
Because your internal
this
body
is
temperature will still be.
so you'd be
warm.
upside down with the shit in your thing pissing, so it freezes. And
It
then
wouldn't freeze though.
if she stayed upside down,
It's
for
your
like
internal
3
body temperature. Your internal body temperature will keep it.
Ooh,
Keep it
the
warm.
new butt plug.
the new butt plug.
You know how they have freezing pipes? What if they
No.
had the freezing butt plug?
What's a freezing pipe?
A freeze pipe, like a smoking pipe. They have they has like water inside of the pipe, and you put it in the freezer. So when you go to smoke a bowl, it's cool and it's not as harsh.
Kinda
Just
like,
kind of like you put ice cubes in a bong.
Yeah.
Ice bong.
I was also thinking, what if popsicle warmer like
popsicle
a warmer for your popsicle. You know
what?
like,
That's
you know
the
how-
dumbest shit.
Okay, check it out.
It would melt.
Yeah.
No,
I had this thing called a
check-
candle. Like
No, listen, it's not
it's
what
called
you think.
outside.
It's not what you think.
It's popsicle melter.
You
yeah.
take the popsicle out of the wrapper.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And you just
Okay.
leave it there for a few minutes. And then
Few
you-
minutes and
and
shove it
then-
up your
'cause You can't
cooch.
blow like you can't go because it's cold. You know,
Okay.
that's stupid. You can't do that. You can't.
That's
stupid.
stupid.
It's stupid if
gotta
you
be,
blow on your
you gotta
popsicle.
be smart, bro. You gotta
You
put your
can't
popsicle
blow
in the
on your
microwave
popsicle.
for 2 seconds
You like the
before you
change
shove it up your
temperature
pussy.
on your privates?
I don't know. I've never
So
tried
you never had a
it.
guy like eat ice cubes and
No.
then eat you out?
No.
No.
Lying
No.
ass.
No.
Lying ass.
That's whatever.
All right, what you
temperature.
got?
What do I got? I don't have any kinky. I went to
Not a
the
kinky
I
thing,
went
you
to
could-
the zoo, y'all. I
Okay.
went
Wait,
to,
no. We're talking about things that happened to us this week.
yeah, I went to the zoo.
That's it.
That's I went. Anyways,
He went to the
Which
zoo.
zoo?
To see
I went to
Brevard?
s- I went, no,
Atlanta.
I went to
Seminole?
I drove all the way to Atlanta for the weekend
What the hell?
to see the pandas because the pandas are leaving
They're
Atlanta.
leaving?
Yes, next month or whatever. Yes.
I need to see them.
You need to see them now before they leave in like October if you want to see them. But yeah, we have some beef with China,
Aw.
so I was like, I gotta see these pandas. Saw the pandas, they're cute. They were napping.
Oh, did you get to hold them?
Fuck no, I didn't get to
wanna
hold a
the
600-pound beast in my hand.
panda.
Like, but yeah, I saw pandas. It was cool. But
I want a
it was in
panda.
Atlanta. They're leaving next month. There's still more pandas in like DC now
No.
and California.
No.
There's
I
also
want to hold the
I
panda.
was seeing a video of a panda of like it just like hugging a guy.
yeah.
You saw that one
No.
on IG? Oh, okay, yeah.
You know they're like stupid or something.
They're
Like,
very clumsy.
They
very
say they're
just,
like stupid. They're so
type sh-
stupid.
They're kind of funny. They like roll around
They're so
everywhere.
cute.
They roll
I
around.
want to cuddle with them.
They're very they're very adorable. So I wanted to see the pandas before they left.
Aw.
They're only like for the longest time, like I've been trying to go for a year, and it was like they're all leaving, but we renegotiated a deal, so there's still gonna be more pandas in America, but like it's only like DC, Cali, and also Mexico has
That's
a
weird.
panda, and that panda by some loophole isn't like
It's drugged up.
not drugged up.
It's a
like
cartel bear.
it's a Mexican panda
It's
by
a Mexican.
by some legal loophole.
Adios. Ay, ay,
Like
ay,
all the
ay, ay.
all the other pandas in America are Chinese property. They're all
Panda, panda.
yeah, but the one in Mexico is like his name's like Miguel or some shit. I'm just kidding.
Hey.
But
Mi
yeah,
nombre
I was in
Miguel.
Atlanta. Lewis isn't
Usao.
here. We didn't say it up top, but Lewis isn't here. He's also in Atlanta.
Obviously, Lewis
Uh,
is not here. He's out with his cute little munchkin.
Yeah, he's on a date. Told us
In Atlanta?
that's what he told
I
us.
saw his story. He had a picture of his date. I don't know if that's like his girl.
Yeah, he's
You
got
know,
a girlfriend now.
His girlfriend has the same last name as him.
Kinky.
That I was
Saves
like,
some
at first
time.
I thought it was his sister. So every time he's posting pictures of this girl, I'm thinking, wow, he's really close with his sister. and then I saw it today, and I'm like,
Damn.
why is he still
Why is he
taking
making
pictures
out
of
with
his-
his sister
I'm
right
like, why is he grabbing his sister's butt?
That's fucking
Like I'm just thinking this in my head the whole time, and I'm like, oh my god, maybe they have the same last name. But imagine they have the same last name,
Villabolos, Villabolos.
it happens.
like what do? You put like to the power of 2?
You ever
What?
hook up with someone with your same last name?
Never.
Really?
No, does that?
I'm
how's
not.
that-
I don't commit
you
incest.
have?
Bitch.
With my mom's last name.
He
How'd
committed
that make you feel? That make
adultery
you feel
with
some type of way?
his cousin.
So it was like
adultery.
my mom's last name is Diaz,
Yeah.
and Diaz is such a common last name. I'm pretty sure having Sir Rodriguez,
Yeah,
Gonzalez
there's
all
a
the time.
billion Diazes.
Ortiz. You got
Jeez.
lucky you didn't. There's a lot of
I
Ortiz.
actually know like 3 Christian Ortiz.
He has a lot of Christian Ortiz. They would tell me in like
My best friend in 8th grade was
Mhm.
well he still is Christian Ortiz.
he's
but-
still Christian Ortiz.
he's still Christian, but he spells his CR.
Yeah, he's a
Not
fucking
CH.
lame. That's what he is. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'd go to guidance counselors and they'd be like, "Oh, you're the 18th Christian Ortiz I've spoken today." I'm like,
Oh
"Thanks.
shit.
Can you tell me how my future is gonna be different than theirs?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're gonna be a."
We're all the same, but like
You know,
My
work at
fake name was
McDonald's.
Jose
we're all
Rodriguez.
the same, but in the different metaverse or something.
The
like
metaverse.
we're all like different form, more fucked up versions of each other in different paradigms.
I was thinking about something like this, actually talking about it. But it'll be weird to just bring that up now. We're all like designed and sold the same thing, like mentally. It was because our guest that was supposed to be here today. I was thinking about how me and her like think a lot alike because I was looking through her Instagram before my phone fucked up.
Daniela?
Yeah, and like we're like sort of think the same. We're like sort of cut from the same cloth. And I was thinking like how most of us are like do
You
the
know
same
her?
thing. No, I don't know her at all.
Oh, I know her. She used to do my eyelashes.
I don't know if she wants that out there, Jenny.
She doesn't do it anymore.
I don't
Okay.
know. It's not a big,
So
not a big deal.
We're
I
gonna
don't
talk
know.
about it.
maybe either or. So
Anyways,
yeah,
I don't know her, but I think we're connected and like.
We're
And
we're like cut from the
I
same
think
cloth.
our zodiacs
I don't
align.
believe in zodiacs.
And I know
Alright, so
that's why.
Even though I got a number this week by
So-
like believing in zodiacs.
You got her number.
I got some girl's number.
Some girl's number. You're like, you're a Cancer too.
No,
I'm a
it
Cancer.
was something like never mind.
Please say it.
What
Please, we need to
Tell
know
us-
your game. We
tell
need
us
to
that.
know your game.
Tell us
Please, for all the males out there who are looking to pick up women and they suck at it, please help them.
all the
I suck
goth,
at it. I'm
emo,
the-
zodiac broads.
Come
We're-
on.
I suck at it. I'm not help. But we're all cut from the same cloth. Like we're all sold the same thing. Like we're all sold. Oh, we need to travel. Like a lot of people, they work all
Yeah.
year, get maybe 2 weeks off, go on a cruise for 2 weeks, then be like, oh, I gotta go back as soon as the cruise is over. And it's the same thing for most people, and everyone lives that life, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, not working
What
9
are you
to
talking
5.
about again?
At first,
How
you
we're all the same person.
Oh,
You
yeah.
were saying that. You started that.
yeah, we all
That
work.
Sounds like a.
We all get
yeah.
off at 5 o'clock. We try to eat.
We're
a
all
fucking
part of the
meal.
matrix. We're
go to
all
sleep.
like brain controlled without us knowing that we're brain controlled, but we're brain controlled. And then
Yeah.
sometimes we get out of the loop and we're like, woo, I'm out of the loop. And then it's like, oh, I'm being sucked back in again. And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm out of the loop again. And it's like, oh, no, I'm back in the same shit again.
So me and the guests were like, I noticed that we're under the same brain control where we don't really prioritize traveling,
Yeah.
but we prioritize family.
yeah.
And I noticed that like the prior.
You got that all through looking at her Instagram? Bro, he's worse than a fucking female, dude. You're really cute. Aw, Dito. Aw, that's such a
Anyways.
female thing. Damn, you fucking investigated this girl's whole life.
You're
I
like,
investigated all our guests' life.
I get,
He
she's
went,
never taken a picture outside the area.
he
She doesn't like
went
to travel.
through
Like,
her page and looked at every single. How far did you go back? All the way to the beginning?
I just went
Day
like
one.
the first 5.
Oh my
the
God.
first 5.
You
rows,
picked that
so
up.
15.
This
15.
is
You
really
picked that up
welcoming
through
our
the
next
first
guest for
15
next
photos.
week.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways,
And photo number 2, she actually just says it.
Oh.
But no, 15.
Sure. Okay.
anyways, we're all caught from the same cloth.
He was
We're
up all
all-
night, you know what I mean?
We're all sheep.
No, I don't do that to
Um,
pictures. Even though I've been having to do it in memories recently.
What exactly? Oh yeah, your phone's broken.
Yeah, my
Phone's
phone's
broken, you gotta
It's
watch
So
just-
you're like, what does
all
she
of
look
them.
like
Porn.
again? It's like a morphed up version of
I'm
like
trying to-
her, Christian. me.
We're all. He's like, we're all the same. Oh fuck! It's like.
He's like, oh no, Christian, get out of my head.
I have like vivid images of certain things that have happened in my life, and I've tried to like get the best vivid images.
Trying to
I
get
have the Argentinian girl's feet. I have this one girl.
It's like the perfect morphed up version. He's like, the little happy trail behind her back looks like Christian's
He's
back.
like the Venezuelan girl's feet, the Colombian girl's
That's an
titties,
Argentinian. There
the
was this
white
one
girl's
girl-
vagina.
There was this one girl that like I got like the perfect view of like up and like her butt. She had like a big butt, and it was just an
Mhm.
amazing view. And that did it
Amazing
for me one
view.
night. This is crazy. Why am I talking about this?
Anyway,
All right, that's been a 504
Damn.
podcast. No, we got to end on something positive.
positive. Oh, what like shows? Y'all got shows or something? Or?
I got a show. Oh, I got a show this Friday somewhere in Kissimmee. I don't know yet, but I don't know. It's fucking Laughs Are Us.
Laughs Are
You
Us.
know our Laughs Are Us.
Yeah,
No.
with Kim Miller.
Not Ken Miller. Cool Mike.
Okay.
So it's Cool Mike. I'll probably post it once he ever sends me the flyer. I'm about to be like, at this point, I'm like, fuck it. But I'm going to Austin, Texas this weekend.
Oh,
So I'll be going to Austin
do shows in Austin.
the 7th, 8th, 9th. Hold on. I'm getting my days all fucked up.
Are you gonna try to do Kill Tony?
I am doing Kill Tony.
You're going to try.
Okay,
but
but-
there's no guarantee.
so-
I was about to say that you,
So
you
the
go there
6th
just to get a chance. Like you're not even.
yeah, you're no guarantees.
So
You're
the
winning like
s-
200.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus
there from
Christ.
the 7th to the 10th. I leave the 10th. So Monday, I actually have tickets to see Kill Tony. So I'll be in the audience.
Okay.
And
And there's only like five only get to go up, right? Only 5.
5 names get selected. Well, Alexa Barbosa got
Alex,
selected.
She did.
She got chosen.
She was up there. Anyways, but
She what?
she didn't.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. She kind of bombed.
I
but
mean,
it's hard out there. She got nervous.
You could tell she got nervous. I honestly, she held up really well, and she got a big joke book. And
Yeah, it's
honestly, the
Shout out to
thing
her.
is, if you're shout out to Alexa.
Yeah.
But I think
Alex.
sorry, I don't know why I wanted to call her Alexa.
Because she's a girl.
I know Alex.
You know, Alex.
Sorry,
is
my
unisex.
bad. Shout out to Alex.
I've actually wanted to have Alex Barbosa on because she's married to a Spanish dude.
Oh really?
That's
Yeah.
the only reason why.
That's the only
That'd be
reason
cool.
why.
Bring her husband on.
No, I wouldn't want her.
But I
on.
liked, honestly, she spoke it with confidence, though,
Mhm.
even though her jokes might not hit as much with the crowd. And you
Yeah.
can tell she was a little nervous.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine, like I think
Yeah.
about it. I signed up in LA and I was shitting my pants. I was inside the stadium and I went up to the bathroom like 5 times because I felt I felt like I was going to throw up. And I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, why did I sign up? So to have that, it's nerve wracking, and you know millions of people are going to watch the show.
Yeah.
Especially now that you're a newer comic, everybody watches that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like no pressure, but fucking pressure. You got to kill it.
Yeah.
And then also,
Yeah.
you don't want Tony to freaking roast your ass.
Yeah. You don't want
Yeah.
Tony to kill you.
You don't want Tony to literally kill you and murder you and embarrass you because that Asian comic, Lapi, whatever the fuck, you know who I'm talking about?
You know, in
with the
Austin, a lot
glasses.
of them their personality is just based off Kill Tony. Like I remember I was in line and this dude was like standing there like trying to be cool, and we were just in line waiting to sign up, and he was just like trying to talk to us because it was like 4 of us, and then he was like trying to be cool, and I was like, "Oh, you been on?" And he was like, "Yeah, episode 197. What are you talking about?"
Like, okay, bro.
Like, yeah, I didn't see you bomb.
you're,
My
still,
bad.
you're still here signing up, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
again.
relax. Like, it's not a big
But
deal.
a lot of people, say
Yeah.
that's a personality, that show. But no, it's really cool that she got on. Best of
No.
luck to you.
Props. I'm fucking nervous as fuck.
You'll
A
be
part
alright.
of me is like, I don't want to do it. And then another
No, you should
part,
do it.
Do it.
I
'Cause
know.
you're actually a fan. I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to feel fake. I didn't want to be like, I'm a big fan.
I
when
know.
I've
Yeah,
never
you're not.
watched the show.
I want to
Yeah.
I've watched it
fucking.
like 5 times, but
Yeah.
I want to throw up just thinking about it. Because
Yeah.
I think the part for me is I'm a perfectionist and I want to do so
if
good.
you get on,
Like I
good or
want to
bad,
do
if you get
so
on,
good.
good or bad, shout us out. 504.
Shout out
I
to
know. I don't want. I don't
We're
want.
gonna clip that. That's
We're
gonna
gonna
be.
clip that.
That'll be fine.
I don't want Tony to kill me either.
It don't matter.
But I'm excited, honestly. Because I do watch the show and I am a fan of the show, and I feel like either way it's growth. Like there's this girl that was
Yeah.
on the show a couple episodes ago, and I remember she said some racist shit.
I actually met her. She's from Utah.
The racist girl,
Helena?
yeah.
I met her. She drove from Utah
bro.
to
Texas?
Austin. Yeah, to Austin. It was her first day, and she was like, "I've never done an open mic before. I've never done an open mic."
And she got on Kill Tony.
Nah, that wasn't her first night. She came back, and then she got on the second time she went to Texas. But the first night, she's here, and I'm just over here like, I've been here for 4 weeks. I haven't gone on. I don't think you're gonna get on. But I'm just thinking this. I'm not gonna be negative towards her.
Yeah.
But she's like, yeah, I drove all this way. She's like, if I'm gonna lose my open mic Virginia, I might as well lose it to the best open mic. I'm like, all right,
That's something.
all right.
But she
And
ended
then-
up saying the N word.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think I saw that. She just said the N word. It didn't like.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she came back on the show a few weeks ago, and she kind of like redeemed herself in a way. She's still very unlikable, but
Did you see her? Like,
she
have you ever gone to her IG page?
I don't know, but I did like what she was saying because she was still very optimistic and very positive. And she's like, you know what? That was my first time ever doing stand up, and she's like, I know that tore me down. She's like, I felt like shit, like but you know what? That moment made me want to come back. And it made me want to get better. And she's like, I would rather bomb in front of millions my first time and get it over with than to have to keep dealing. Like now for her, it's easier for her to bomb because she's like, nothing's as worse as this
Bombing
time.
and millions
you
of
know?
people. Okay.
And I'm like, she got a point. So
Yeah.
that made me very optimistic. I was like, you know what? If I bomb, at least that's a experience.
Yeah,
You know?
it's an experience like no other.
It'll probably have me grow a shit ton of balls for the next time and want to
Or
be
get
better.
breaky, but either or.
That or I will definitely kill myself.
No,
I don't
okay.
know.
So, but no, it was cool. She was actually very sweet.
I will drown
We
myself.
stood in line together. She was chilling me with the whole night, and she was just writing the whole time. So it definitely seemed like she was a really huge fan. Happy that she finally got on. Bombing is bombing.
Bombing is bombing.
You
Yeah.
guys have any nostalgic memories? Like today when I went outside walking, like the weather kind of reminded me of like 5th grade. Like it was kind of nostalgic.
I had a nostalgic memory a few days ago. I was driving by my old elementary school, and I was thinking about playing outside in recess, and like how I would make up imaginary characters. Like me and these 3 other girls were superpower rabbit bunnies, and we would like run around the playground and fucking like I would make like sticks and shit out of pine needles, and I don't know. It was a real nice memory.
No, that's a good memory. Yeah, nostalgic memories are all
I was
good.
like, damn, do kids even do that shit anymore? Do they even like have imagination and play outside and
Do
like
kids
pretend?
even have schizophrenia anymore?
You got one, Chris?
Not really. I don't know. I haven't been nostalgic really. Been looking towards the
All right,
future.
just continue to think about it. I'll do one, and then you can answer it.
All right.
What is it? When I was a kid, like right before Thanksgiving break, I remember walking home, and it would just be like super cold. It would be super cold, and I remember getting home, and the smell
And your
of
dick was shriveled.
no, the smell of cookies will like just fill the air. Like my mom would be baking cookies, and like the oven heat would like just hit my face as soon as I walked in. Like that was like a very like sweet memory to me. Like just getting home and just smelling my mom.
Being a fat ass and getting
Being a fat ass.
diabetes.
Yeah.
Diabetes in the morning woke you up.
That's
You're
how
like,
that's how it started. It wasn't waking me up. It was before Thanksgiving break. I would get home like that Friday. I remember. Yeah,
You be like, my mother's hot chocolate,
love it.
my
was a good
mom's
memory.
warm
Alright.
cookies.
This isn't nostalgic like warm memory, but it is a very funny memory I have when I was a kid, and I was at Popeyes, and it reminded me when I went to Popeyes as a kid.
was Popeye's
and
chicken the cheese neat?
It wasn't the shiznit, but this one time I went to Popeyes, and this isn't funny, but it made me laugh as a kid. The cashier was cross-eyed. And my dad, before we went up, we were next in line. He looked at me. He was like, "Why is she looking at me like that?" I was like, and I'm like 10. I'm like, "It's the funniest shit, Dad. You're the funniest man alive." And then to top it all off, this was. Yeah, and then to top it all off, we sat down and we were sitting next to this old white lady and who looked like Paula Deen. And this is just when Paula Deen was in trouble for like being kind of racist and shit. We were like, "Oh, this lady looks like Paula Deen and she's at fucking Popeyes or whatever." We thought that was funny, and we looked at her feet, and her feet were like crossed. They were
Crow's
like
feet.
one over the other, and my dad was like, "Damn, she's throwing gang signs at fucking Popeyes."
You like feet too, huh?
I don't
Oh
like
my
feet,
God.
man.
You know, actually, what's crazy? Yesterday I went to the beach. Sunday I went to the beach with my family. Sunday I went to the beach with my family, and one of my nephews, he was watching a TikTok video, and like there's like this couple that does videos for kids, and she's stepping on candy with her feet. And then she eats them, and I was like, "This guy's gonna have a feet obsession when he's older."
Ew.
I could tell. Like I'm like, he's gonna have a
That's where it starts.
because he's being programmed now.
Yep.
She had nice feet too. I ain't gonna lie.
She had that little kid.
I almost kept watching. She was an adult. Her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was an adult. She was like 30 years old,
Wait.
and it's a video. Her and her husband do a video. She's
Mhm.
pretty much just stepping on candy, and then her husband eats the candy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Delicious.
I almost wanted to block it for my nephew, but I was like, it's gonna. give
You're
me
like,
personality.
hey, stop watching that. Like, you took like an extra minute before to cut his shit off.
No, I didn't. I just watched them scroll past
You're
it,
just-
but I know.
That's
I know.
funny.
All right, guys, this has been an episode.
All right.
Hope we said something cool.
Damn.
Shout out John, our one fan.
Our
Keep
one
listening.
fan. Wait,
We have more than
I have
one.
Another
We have
fan.
more than one fan. Oh, you want to shout someone out? Someone want to be
Another
shouted out?
Actual fan you
fan.
want to shout out?
Yeah, Ben
Who's Ben?
Woodfield.
Oh, from Kansas, Idaho,
Idaho,
Iowa.
Iowa.
One of the eyes.
Oh, shout out to one of the eyes, Ben. Shouting
Shout out,
out. Yeah, cool peoples. Thanks for watching.
I said like 3 different states. He's gonna be so mad.
He's
Shout
gonna
out to
be
you.
like,
We know you
I'm
are.
from Indiana, bitch.
Anyways.
Could be.
All right.
Anyways.
504.
Bye.
Have a good night.